Break the Barrier, a media share project by Taylor Westover. 5 adjectives that come to mind when I watched this advertisement: motherly, realistic, alarming, aggravating, and haunting. There are people depicted in this ad. Both female and male genders are represented, and equally. The female is a mother whom looks mid-30s, happy, and stylish. The male is her son, whom appears under 10, playful, and also happy. The mother is dressed in a linen top with her hair tied back, and the son is dressed in his bathing suit. At first, their facial expressions are very calm and happy on this beautiful summer day until the son starts to drown. Then the mother's facial expression is utter panic. The mother and son appear to be at the pool in their own backyard. I would assume this because they are the only two there, and the mother is finishing breakfast and tells her son that he has 5 more minutes because they have somewhere to be. This advertisement isn't for a product, but for a service. The logo doesn't appear until the end of the advertisement in the bottom left corner.
Just 5 minutes more. Okay. Jack! Jack!
The first angles of the camera are close to the subject, whom is the son. When he starts to drown, you get a shot of the mom and her reaction, as well as the son in the background. This camera seems to be at eye level with the events of this advertisement. It also seems to move a lot, as it is in a more action-packed advertisement. Since this advertisement is shot outside, the lighting is natural. I do not notice any highlights. There are normal shadows from the trees in the backyard, and when the camera is underwater, the lighting is darker. I find the colors in this advertisement to be very natural and unedited. There are a lot of blues and greens, and the colors do not shift much. The advertisement does have text at the end. I think it looks very nice in this ad. The font is smaller, thin, and neat. I would guess it was Cambria. The font isn't very large. I would think it's size 18 or 20. It is white in color, and it reads, "If you don't know first aid, you cannot help." And courses from $49. Book today on 1300 St. John. The text stays in the bottom left of the corner. The only other graphic in this advertisement is the St. John logo at the end. It is red and white and very simple looking. The advertisement starts with the sound of water. You hear a female voice saying, "Just 5 minutes more," and a young boy voice saying, "Okay." The woman screams the boy's name, Jack, 3 times. You hear her splash into the pool, 2 loud pounds, and then the female sobs. There is no music in this ad. Does this video play music? The services being sold are St. John courses. I do find the services to be appealing because you never know when an accident could occur. I would say the targeted audience would be teens and older. I think the ad was trying to associate worry and fear with their ad. I do think that they got their point across very well because it is a very realistic situation that could happen to anybody. I am first aid certified because, as I have previously mentioned, you never know what could happen. I have noticed many assumptions in this advertisement. The first being gender identity stereotypes. As women are more instinctive to dive into a pool after their child, the advertisement seems to make the assumption that a young boy would jump into a pool and hit their head. I think that these assumptions are realistic because boys, for the most part, like to play rough, and most mothers have the instinct to make sure that their child is okay. These assumptions reinforce stereotypes about gender identity. And because this mother and son duo are white and have a pool in their backyard, one could assume the ad stereotypical. These could also be found as realistic and reinforce stereotypes on racial identity. This ad does start out with the assumption that wealthier people do live a more happier and carefree life. This assumption could be found realistic and does reinforce stereotypes about class. I think that short term, people will sign up for the course and it would be beneficial for them long term because even though certifications expire and some people do not renew them, they still have an idea of what to do in an emergency situation. I think that these messages are realistic for the most part, although just because a person is first aid certified, it does not mean that they can save every life that's in danger that they happen to encounter. I think that the messages in this ad undermine social change. It is very stereotypical in race, class, and gender identity. Anyone could benefit from having a first aid certification in any social status. I do not think that this ad is either socially responsible or irresponsible because becoming first aid certified would benefit society at large. I think that there is um, a relationship between consumer and citizens. As a consumer, you are infatuated with the product and service, whereas a citizen, you can see through the selling points. I believe it is possible for a person to be both a consumer and an educated citizen.